My Sunday is going pretty good. And many past Sundays I haven't said that. And the reason why is because my life has been very stressful over the past year and a little bit of change. And I switched jobs 2023 into actually not 2023, 2024. The whole of 2024 I switched jobs, and then I was in an unexpected situation and changed jobs again after going a little bit without a job. Hi Charicity. I was actually just about to um, reach out because I don't think I've seen you on a live in a bit. I think you were on one of my last ones, but I think that there were several that you weren't on prior to that. But anyways, yeah, sometimes you have to just recognize that a good day, a good Sunday, or like a good day in general, or a good time period in general, is one where you don't feel particularly stressed. Because I'm not going to say that I've been complaining, but I've been expressing myself in the sense of saying that one of the biggest things going on right now is that in my work environment I'm kind of bored. Like, I went from one extreme to the other. A job where I am on my toes every second, where I am jumping and moving every second of every day, to one where I finish what I'm supposed to do and then I'm like, shoot, I have free time. What is that? Or if I say, I'm just gonna leave and take a walk. I'll be back, whenever I'm gonna be back. And it's like, okay, that's fine. I'm like, okay, so I haven't experienced this in about 10 years. Oh, this one is getting out of here. Hi, let's see. Dipesh, Sunar, hello, Banana, Nana. Yeah, so anyways, I was having a conversation with somebody recently, and then they told me something to the effect of sometimes a change doesn't have to be like a good change or a bad change. Sometimes the change is movement, and the movement transitions you. You're supposed to go next. And that's kind of where I feel like I am right now. Do you think once you're more established, things will pick up? I mean, I think that things will pick up, but there's no way there's no way that I can foresee. It would shock me if this pickup would be anywhere close to the intensity of the last job. That's really what it is. Like, the caseload for them is a third of the caseload. I had to do more than 200 notes a month. I had to drive all over every borough and Long Island to go see these clients. Like, this is just, you drive to the building, they all come to see you. If they don't show up, you just call them. You ask them why they didn't come. You write a little note about that. You run a few groups. It's light work. To me, it's light work. Okay. Oh wow, we got the algorithm going today. The algorithm is algorithming. Can you create something you'd enjoy? Yeah, I'm working on it. And the positive part about not being in a toxic space, because that's the biggest compliment that I am going to give this environment. It's not toxic. I'm coming from 3 toxic environments back to back to back over the course of over a decade. So this one is not like that. So I actually don't feel at the end of the day particularly like nobody talks to me crazy. They're very respectful. I mean, the clients, you are just going to get who you're going to get within this population. So I don't even trip about the clients part of it, but the staff, the management, and the co-workers, I don't have any problems with them so far. And I can usually tell right away. I'm not a person who takes months and months and months to know whether I'm going to like somebody or not. I know pretty much right away for 90% of the time. I have been fooled on occasion, but it's very rare. Let's see. But yeah, I am working on creating something that I would enjoy, because I've realized by now that there's not a lane that exists, like a lane that somebody else has created that I'm just going to love. Because as they've been teaching me their systems and the way they do their notes and the way they run their groups and the things they have to do for the billing and this and that and the other, I'm like, it's just another system. I've learned a million of them. Was there another comment? These comments are going crazy today. Hi, Cass. Hi, Ma. That's where it seems like there's some room and time. Absolutely. There's absolutely time. That's the one thing that I have come to the conclusion that I'm thankful for, because the way that I was seeing it originally was boredom. I'm like, man, I'm so bored because there's so much less work than I've become accustomed to. But I was being overloaded with work. So that's not really a good thing to be accustomed to. So in that spare time, I have plenty of time to sit down and plan for career, maybe not job, but to create the type of career that I want to see. So thus far, that's a luxury, because I remember my day was like, I wake up, and from the time I get up, 8 o'clock, I'm running out to somebody's house an hour away from me. Then I'm going to someone else's house an hour in the other direction. And then I'm getting a call. Hey, Mark, such and such went to the hospital at such and such location that was 2 hours away from me. And we need you to catch them because they're a hard to reach person. And once they leave the hospital, we always have a hard time getting in contact with them, and we need to bill. So can you run over here? Can you do this? Can you do that? And I was just running all over the place, and I was so used to that became my norm. So now having a place where I drive into the one location, like I said, I have my own office. I have everything set up in the office. I sit in the office for 2 hours before the clients get there, answer a few emails, maybe catch up on paperwork if needed. And then clients come in, I run my few groups, I meet with them if necessary. If they have a problem they want to discuss with me, I give them a little bit of advice. End of my day, I don't even need the end of the day to wrap up my notes, because the notes are so much less detail oriented than my notes were as a case manager. So they're like, oh, make sure you get in your notes by end of business day. I finish the group, I sit on the computer for 5 minutes, and then my note is done. So I think I needed this calm. That's what I would say. I think I needed something that is calm after what I have gone through. which was anything but calm. It's kind of traumatizing, actually. I was watching Kim Possible with Cass. Hi, Kelly King. I'm streaming a live stream. It's nice to have some downtime. Yeah, it's nice to have some downtime. Now I have to find some ways to intentionally fill the downtime so that I don't feel bored, because I need the stimulation. I really do. Like, that's something I've realized about myself, is sometimes people will get into positions where they're like, oh, this is real easy, you know? I like that. I like the fact that I only have to use so much of my brain power to do this job. Whereas me, I'm like, I need things that require me to think, that require me to stretch my mind, that require me to use my creativity to get them done. You know, I need all of that. And I've been thinking about that more and more as the years pile up, because the years are piling up. I have been in the workforce for probably about 20 years. It's going to be about 20 years. And I have been in this field for about a little more than half of those years. So I was actually just talking to Ed yesterday and saying that I would like something where I do something more like on a motivational speaking basis, because after years and years and years of having these caseloads and talking to whether it was 20 people, 30 people, 40 people a month, and helping them through their mental health issues, I don't think anyone really realizes how draining that is. Like, that's a very draining thing. And it's like, I feel like I have serviced that community in that type of way. And when I say that community, like, I'm not trying to say that in a condescending way or anything like that, because the community is my community. So it's like, what I'm trying to say is 12 years, 10 to 11, 12 years of having people come to me at work 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. Mark, I have this and this trauma that's going on with my parents. Mark, this is what's happening with my significant other, my kids. Mark, I want to off myself. You know, like, to sit there and listen to those things so long, for so many years, like, it wears on you. And you get to the point where you're like, I kind of want to do something else, and I would like to do something that is less involved, as in, I'm not spending so much time with the individual, but I am rather giving like a more general message to a large group of people, to where they can take whatever parts of it that help them, and, you know, they can go see their clinician for the rest. Because despite the fact that I'm not a licensed social worker, you would think that that means that as a peer counselor, I'm not hearing the same problems. No, I'm absolutely hearing the same things that their practitioner is hearing, sometimes in more detail, because they're like, oh, you can relate to certain things. I hear it in more detail. The only difference is that I don't diagnose. said that in my dream. All we heard yesterday was just snoring. Snoring, Cass. I literally am doing something all the time. I'm either playing a game. Yeah, sitting still. You know, this is a product of, for me, this is also a product of my own disorder, my own anxiety disorder, and the fact that I spent a lot of time idle and I spent a lot of time in my house, and it expanded my anxiety disorder and turned it into agoraphobia. So it's always a fear of mine. It's always a fear of mine, like, to be too idle, but then I have to figure out that in between. Like, where I'm not doing something every second, but I'm also comfortable with relaxing sometimes. The snoring wasn't even me. I was in the living room with my sister. It was definitely her. Then what were you doing? Because we were like, Cassie, we were calling you for like 10 minutes. And if you were asleep and she was asleep, how do we know which one of you it was? I need proof. I need answers. We need answers. You can't handle the truth. Y'all, what do y'all know about that? Charicity will know what I'm talking about. That movie line. I mean, you could still know the movie line if you like classic movies. I need to watch myself a classic movie, by the way. I've been watching a lot of new movies, but the classics never die. My favorite classic movie, Lean on Me. I still remember our teacher showed that to us. I think I was in, what grade was I in? 8th grade, 9th grade? And I was like, what in the world does this have to do with civics class? And is this even appropriate for me to be watching at this stage? Not that I cared. Show me all the inappropriate movies. Relaxing feels weird because it feels like I should be doing something. I need to get better at. I think everybody in today's era is overstimulated. Like, overstimulation is the new norm. Yeah, that movie is from A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson. Classic movie. No, that's not it. Not at all. Well, there's another part of this. The things that Charicity mentioned are things that you're choosing to do. So I was saying I actually spent the whole, like the better part of the past 6 or 7 years having several things on my schedule that were actually not of my choosing. Like, if my schedule is a busy schedule that I've chosen, I don't mind. But if it's like a busy schedule that is mostly picked out and chosen out for me, that's where I have the issue with it. It's not Dusty. It's a classic. It's an all-time classic. I think it's a 90s movie, actually. You claim you were born in the 90s, correct? I knew Tom Cruise was in it because it was referenced on the Cinema Fifth Oscar special. Don't Say Oscar. Greg Turkington says it's spelled either way. 96. Exactly. I think you're faking about that. I think you're actually born in 2006, but you want to fit in with the in crew. December 28th, 1996. That's fake. Fake news. I think that's fake news. What does everyone got going on for your Sunday? Mark is gaslighting you. We don't use that word anymore. Mother. That word is banned. We do not use that. Right now I'm in the car because I've maintained doing Instacart on the weekends mostly. I don't really do it during the week anymore. All the things I've mentioned. What are we, March? Yeah, we're in March. Time is just moving along. I'm going to my next Instacart order, which I don't know where that's going to be until I see it. Or home, I don't know. It depends. It depends on how I feel when I get home, when I get closer to home. All right. We actually transitioned to Easter, to April while you weren't looking. Happy Easter. All right, y'all, I'm going to be on here for the next 6.5 minutes. Going to make this one an even 30. Going to make this one an even 30. I haven't eaten yet. I want to eat something. I think it's on 420 day. What do we got in the reality TV world? Survivor Wednesday, Challenge Wednesday, and I mentioned The Amazing Race because I know a lot of you watch that. Also on Wednesday, but I only watched 2 of the 3. I have not really gotten into doing recaps on either one, but I have been still tuning in and watching them. I think I'm getting to the point where when it comes to reality TV coverage, I am mainly going to put my focus on Big Brother. And that's just because Big Brother is the one where I have the most viewership. Because when I sit here and I do these challenge recaps or these Survivor recaps, and I have my small group that watches and comments and whatever, that's fine. But I can also just talk to those people directly, and same difference. Like, it doesn't make a big difference for my YouTube views, is what I'm trying to say. I went into this apartment to deliver their Instacart order, and they were on the 8th floor, and the elevator was broken. Oh my goodness. And those steps were steep. And I just ran today. I ran earlier today like 3 miles. Not that much, but especially considering I have not been running lately, 3 miles felt like a lot. Maybe about 3.5 miles. But as it warms up, I'm going to be doing a lot more running because it's run season. Running is my kryptonite. But I do it anyways. You can't get stronger without working on your weak points. It was horrible. They gave me a good tip though. Some of these people are really cheap tippers. And the lady gave me a water too. That's the water that I'm drinking. I would have too. In the drill. Hi, Elliot. I offer to people too. That's funny. I always wonder if that's weird. You know, I had clients back when I was doing case management who would always do that. Like, I would get to their house, and the first thing that they would do is they would offer me cold water or tea or coffee. And I think I would usually take the water or the tea. Because I'm not really a big coffee drinker. No. Have you ever been on YouTube before? Just a serious question. Like, have you been on YouTube before, or is this your first day? If it's your first day, I can understand the question. You can put on some Tupac for yourself, though. Nothing is stopping you from doing that. That said, I'm jumping off. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified of when I drop some more great content. Thank y'all. Happy Sunday.